Akureyri, the capital of the north. This is Valur, your friend in Reykjavik, and we are here gonna do a live drive through Akureyri. We talk about like a 101 introduction to what the north has to offer, and we have here with us an experienced guide that's used to working with Akureyri called Júlli.
Hi. My name is Júlli. I'm gonna, like Valur said, my name is Júlli, and I'm gonna drive with you for a few minutes. I'm born here in Akureyri. I can trace my family back in this area close to 30 generations, so nothing to be proud about basically. It just means I'm more inbred than the rest of us. But I have a history. I've lived here in Akureyri. I've lived in the east of Iceland. I've lived on a small island off the south coast called the Westman Islands. I lived in Reykjavik. Lived in the west, so I've gone around, and that's why I can tell you with full certainty, and I'm also going to prove it to you today, that everything in the north of Iceland happens to be 3 times better. Scientifically proven, almost. So, are you ready? Shall we go? Valur, are we ready to go for a drive?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that statement about the 3 times better, but we'll see, I guess. Oh. So good morning, John, and good morning, Ruth. I'm gonna put on my belt before.
Yeah, it's better.
Can you hold this?
I can definitely hold this. Oh, look at this. It's so beautiful today.
It's a bit windy, but it's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
Hi, Stephen, and Isla, and Julia, and Olga. And Merry Easter, or Happy Easter.
It's Good Friday, yeah.
Yeah, it's a long Friday.
A long Friday in Iceland,
Friday.
yeah.
So let's just stop here just for a moment. We are here. The car window is a little bit dirty, but we are here in this fjord called Eyjafjörður, or the island fjord. So this is going to be interesting.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So the fjord, island fjord, Eyjafjörður, as Valur just said, as you said, it's just it's the longest fjord in Iceland. It's about 60 kilometers long, about 40 miles or so. And as the water ends, there's further 40 miles of valley there, right in front of us, if you can see it. So it's basically a glacially carved 120 kilometer long ditch in the country.
It's a beautiful, we like to call it here in the south, we like to call it, Akureyri is a beautiful place to visit, except for the people.
Well, as the poet said, well, you don't have to look at me for long to realize that's a mistake, do you? No, there's just a little bit of rivalry between north and south. You see, the southerners, you southerners always tend to think that you're better than us. But the main difference is that we know we're better than you.
Yeah,
so
okay.
That's the main difference. There's a difference between thinking about something and knowing it.
Yeah.
That's quite a bit.
Yeah.
Oh well.
They always think about themselves like the capital of the north, so north of the wall. So, but as you know from Game of Thrones, there is nothing north of the wall. There's no capital there.
Well, part of Games of Thrones were filmed up here in this region, so yeah. Of course.
It's a beautiful area.
It is certainly a beautiful area, and all this, innocent bantering, back and forth. That's just what makes it fun.
Yeah.
That's what makes it fun.
So how many live here in Akureyri, the town over here?
We are about 19,000 people that live here. 19,004 or 5. I don't know if John had his kid yet.
Okay.
But no, it's not that close. But it's about 20,000 people. It's a school town now, Akureyri. And just in the city of Akureyri, we like to call it a city, even though it would be the smallest city in the world probably. But it's a school town. We have our own university. We have our own junior college. We have vocational schools. musical schools, everything. Basically, you can study everything here that you need. So we're lucky in that fact. We're not experiencing any brain drain from this area in that aspect.
Yeah.
Anything like that.
Of course, there's a lot of people that go from the northeast, northwest. They go to school here in Akureyri instead of going to the capital.
Yeah.
And I know several people also that are studying here at the university, like remotely, and then they just visit here for a couple of weekends. During the semester.
Yeah, that is getting more and more popular, of course, because Iceland, it's fairly big. It isn't that big, but it's the conditions here in winter and so forth. It's quite a feat moving your whole family across country to start studying. So distance studying is key in an area like this.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, there's so much to be gained by that.
Yeah.
Here in front of us, we're starting to see the oldest part of Akureyri, basically. Well, we're getting into it.
Do you know what? I saw that it was settled by a guy called Helgi the Thin or Helgi Magri.
Yeah.
But it's not mentioned much in the history books, Akureyri, if you think about it.
No.
I know it was a merchant place where they dock their ships and do trade, because this is a very rich agricultural area. A lot of farmers here and good farming to be done.
Yeah. It's beautifully located, both in regards to fishing, farming. It's central in the north. It's smack in the middle of the northern part of Iceland.
Yeah.
It's this long fjord, good harbour, excellent grazing pastures all around. So it is very well suited. But the town of Akureyri it's first mentioned in the 1700s. It's and it has to do with a case of adultery.
Okay.
I don't know what that says about us today, but hopefully nothing. But that's the way it is.
Yeah.
And it has.
That's a skating rink, by the way, over here to the right hand side.
Skating rink. Just so you know, we have the very best skating team in Iceland, the ice hockey team in Iceland.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course it is.
It's the only team, right?
No. What are there? 3?
Yeah. There are 3 teams in Iceland for doing ice hockey.
Yeah, but we once won 11 years in a row.
Yes.
Then there were 2 teams in the league,
Yes.
but yeah, that's different. So now we're entering the, what we can call the original Akureyri, basically. Mm-hmm. You see, what's here on our right-hand side, as we look forward, this is all reclaimed land. This used to be the beach right here, and these houses that we see here, they used to be just on the water itself. And we had this thin strip of land before the hill behind us that it was built on. Mm-hmm. And the water got so close, the original Akureyri church used to stand. You see that there are 2 big trees there in front of us on the left-hand side.
Yeah.
That's approximately the location of the first Akureyri church, just a little bit beyond it. Okay. And those that went in for sermon on a low tide could expect having to run past the waves on the way out on a high tide.
Okay.
After the sermon.
After the sermon. Okay.
Yeah. And this is an old church from the area. It used to be on the other side of the fjord. You see this little wooden building here.
Yeah.
And that is in approximately the same location as the old church was.
Okay. Who is this guy over here?
This is Nonni. He was raised in this area, later moved to Europe, became a Jesuit priest and a missionary. Okay. And he wrote children novels of detailing his youth and his adventures with his brother Nonni, with his brother Manni, actually, Nonni and Manni.
So these are very famous children's books in Iceland, Jón og Manni.
Yeah, Jón og Manni, and in Germany as well, really popular there.
Okay, Germany, I didn't know about that.
Yeah, and if you take a look at these beautiful old houses that we have here along this road, and you can see it's been beautifully restored. A lot of them, not all of them have been restored yet, but it's just so beautifully done. And when you come here in around Christmas time or in the winter, when everything's covered in snow, the snow is falling in the calm wind because it's never bad weather in the north.
Yes.
And then you heat the light posts around, the snow is falling in this thick, beautifully big, fluffy snowflakes, and it's like walking through a cheesy Hallmark movie, but it's real.
We were looking at the weather forecast yesterday, and they said it was 13 or 15 meters per second, and then it was in Akureyri, but then it was calm wind here. So I think maybe the forecast for Akureyri is made by Southerners, right?
Yeah, it's all made in Reykjavik, of course.
Yeah,
and,
there's never wind in Akureyri.
No. The weather is always good here, and it's we're famous for lying about how the weather is actually.
Yes, I know that. My father is always lying about the weather here.
Yeah.
So we just arrived here yesterday, and it was covered in snow actually. But it's been very sunny. No, yesterday we arrived on 2 days ago. It was covered in snow, but the snow has been melting away like for the last couple of days.
Yeah, we're having very strong southerly winds at the moment, and we have 9 degrees centigrade.
Yes.
And I call it the hairdryer effect. Once the southern wind hits you and the wind, the heat and the wind, it takes everything away. But just wait until tomorrow.
Yeah, it's forecast is heavy snow, right?
Heavy snow tomorrow. Yeah.
So maybe we'll check out something like a white Akureyri.
Oh, definitely. Oh, there are several. Of course, this is the original part of Akureyri. Sorry, I jumped from one thing to another.
No problem.
The yellow house here on the left, that happens to be the first hospital in Akureyri.
Okay.
And it also housed the first bathtub.
Okay.
And people could pay admission. Yeah, they could come on Wednesdays, take a bath, whether they needed to or not.
Okay.
And this blue house, the first telephone office in Akureyri as well. And we're getting close to the oldest house in Akureyri as well.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day. And what's the? Do you know how warm is it? Is it 70 degrees Celsius?
It's closer to 10 degrees at the moment. 9 to 10 degrees.
Okay, so it's 9 degrees Celsius. We are talking about 50 Fahrenheit. So and it's not a lot of wind. So that's
That's the oldest house in Akureyri.
Okay.
Laxdalshús, built 1795. Beautifully preserved. And this area...
Is it privately owned? Or
no, it's owned by the municipality, and it has had a lot of functions. A lot of families have been living there throughout the years. It's been a restaurant, it's been almost everything, a reception hall. Now it's not in use, but beautiful. This right here, this is where Akureyri started. Akureyri, the name Akureyri basically means eyri is what, a spit of land coming into the water, and Akur is a field, so it's a spit of land with a field on it, basically. And this is where that spit of land used to be. And you see the house here in front of us, this used to be a merchant, and also the house on our right hand side as well. Two competing merchants, the pier going out between them. So that's how it used to look.
Probably Danish merchant, Hofner.
Yeah, Hofner, Danish. And
for those of you who don't know that Denmark, basically we were a Danish colony for centuries, and Denmark had a merchant like monopoly here in Iceland for centuries, also a couple of centuries, and so most of the merchants were Danish, and they just decided on what price you got for your sheep or your goods. So
yeah, that's why we love the Danes.
Yeah,
they're our friends. Yeah. Oh, look at this house here, the white and red one.
Beautiful.
Yeah, it's a beautiful house. It needs a little bit of work.
Yeah,
but this is going to be one of the most historically important houses in Akureyri in maybe 100 years. It is close to 100 years old. The yard here on the left-hand side, the Danish king, when he arrived here in 18 and late.
Yeah,
he
1874.
1874, yeah. And he had tea here in this yard. And maybe most importantly, this on the top floor of this house. This is this is the first house I ever lived in as a kid.
Okay, so yeah, so when you become famous, maybe this will. Maybe it will be restored.
Oh, it will be restored most definitely. And of course, it's a house where they founded the best football club in Iceland.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, KA, Knattspyrnufélag Akureyrar. KA.
So the football team of Akureyri, one of the football teams of Akureyri was founded there, and I think they're in was it third league or no, it's a second league or
I think
but
we're in a-
so yeah, we got a question from Polien, more wooden homes compared to brick homes. So yeah, in this area, yes, there are some wooden homes, but when you go to the newer areas of Akureyri, of course, they are more made with cement and basically brick. You know, they are.
Yeah. No, of course, this is just.
I just want to say sorry for your loss, Tanya. I saw that your grandmother passed away yesterday. Sorry for your loss.
Yeah, my condolences as well.
So John is asking how many football teams are there? Two, right?
Yeah, there are two. Only one worth mentioning, though.
Yeah,
But,
of
yeah.
course.
So there are two teams. Everything and there always has to be that little bit of banter and rivalry.
Yeah.
And what we have here is we have Thor on the north side of town, and we have the KA here on the south. And yeah, KA is of course better. There are two teams, but we can do any sport here, of course.
So Thor, of course, like a thunder god.
Yeah.
And then we have a football team of Akureyri. Which name do you like better, guys?
Of course, KA. It's natural.
So yeah. There's so Akureyri is a bit of a hockey town because here, of course, it snows more ice. So, well, more winter sports. You know, people are.
Yeah.
There are more people from the north that do better in like things like skiing and stuff like that for like competing for Iceland.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, in the south, the snow kind of comes and goes and comes and goes. So a bit worse scenario for winter sports.
What we have here in the north is basically what we have here is we have real winters, proper
Yeah.
snow throughout the winter more or less, and then we have real summers as well.
Yeah.
And that's good summers, good winters.
I just want to mention that's the culture house over there, the grey building
Yeah.
over there. You know, that's where the symphony orchestra of the north and various concerts are held. There's a famous composer here from the north that he has been doing Hollywood movies and shows and stuff like that.
Just gonna...
What's his name again?
Atli Örvarsson.
Atli Örvarsson.
Yeah, they're doing a lot of film scores, Netflix movies and so forth, and a lot of TV shows that you'll see with the name Atli Örvarsson. It's getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah.
We've actually been one of the very few orchestras like this that have been able to function throughout this thing that's been happening over the last year or so.
Yeah, they've been doing indoor work, doing film scores and stuff like that. So
Yeah,
there you
definitely.
see Akureyri Church, the one on the top over there. I was there yesterday. If you want to check out that video, this was made by the same architect that they did Hallgrímskirkja Church, the landmark of Reykjavik.
Yeah.
And this was built, I believe, 1941 or was consecrated in 41.
41 or 45? But
Okay.
41, yeah. 45, I believe.
Yeah.
And but of course, what you see here is that we have the two spires in a beautiful location. It's absolutely beautiful, overlooking the center of town as it is today.
Yeah, this is
As we're going through.
This is like the center where people meet for coffee and
Wonderful coffee shop here, the blue teapot. Beautifully preserved.
do you recommend any pastry there? Is there any like northern pastry that people should check out? Is there anything special?
Anything special, just pick out what you like in Reykjavik. But when you come here, you can
Yeah.
be assured it's better.
Yeah,
It's
just
simple as that.
tastes just a little bit better. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
John is asking, is it mainly cross-country skiing, downhill, or mixed?
Mixed, very mixed. We have excellent cross-country skiing conditions here in and around Akureyri. We have forested areas here a little bit to the south. We have the mountain as well with 12 kilometers or so of
course.
cross-country tracks.
Sorry, of course there's a hot dog stand over here.
Yeah, but you know the main difference
No?
between the hot dogs here and
Yeah,
the south?
you put French fries in there, right?
Sometimes, yeah. It's French fries and red cabbage and most everything and the cocktail sauce. You know that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that put in the hot dogs here?
Of course, that's how it's supposed to be done. And the main difference,
Guys, that's just simply wrong.
No, it's not wrong. You're getting it wrong. The main difference is nothing goes on top of it. Nothing goes on top of the hot dog.
Oh, okay. So
everything goes underneath.
Okay.
That makes the difference.
Oh my God.
It won't get stuck in your beard, and it's beautiful.
So yes, they have strange ideas on several things. We're just getting started.
And when you come to Akureyri, of course, when you don't just have to get the hot dogs. There's such a variety of different restaurants to be had. Everything that tickles your fancy, so to say, can be had.
What's your best, what's your favorite restaurant here? I see R5 here.
R5 is a craft beer lounge.
Yeah, that's my uncle. He owns that one.
Yeah.
I'll have to check that out. Unfortunately, all the bars in Iceland are closed because of COVID. Of course, I would have stopped there if I would have the chance.
So you asked about the my favorite restaurant. There are so many restaurants, and they're all good. There's no one I would avoid.
Okay. Vínarterta, of course, the Vínarterta, Luis. That's like a staple of Icelandic pastry.
Of course.
Vínarterta.
Yeah. And kleinur.
Kleinur, yes. The donut of Iceland.
Yeah, just the donuts.
There's a beautiful concert hall over there. We forgot to mention it.
Yeah.
That's something for you if you love music.
Live music.
Live music. Then there's a famous, like a small concert venue where all the major bands of Iceland actually love to go there, even though it's a very. How many does it take?
It takes about 200, 250.
Okay.
Pretty crowded conditions.
Yeah.
You might know that.
Yeah.
And
it's called Græni hatturinn, or the green hat.
Yeah. It's the most coveted live music venue, I believe, in Iceland.
This is a very, very popular thing called Rub 23 restaurant.
Excellent restaurant, and I highly recommend their sushi pizza. It's not sushi, it's not pizza. They just had to name it something.
Sushi pizza.
Yeah.
There's something wrong with sushi pizza.
No. You're totally misunderstanding our concept of food here. No,
yes. Alex, yes, probably. It's like the harpa, but just better.
Yeah. So let's go here behind the church a little bit.
Okay.
You see, we here in Akureyri, I said we're a school town, but it's industry and fishing. Everything, we're very centrally located, like I said, and the old fishing captains of the 1920s, they kind of built their villas, their houses up along this street here.
Is this like Hollywood Boulevard or something like that? Or
in a way, yeah.
Or
beautiful. It's from the 1920s, 1930s. You can see these houses were quite extravagant for the time, of course.
Okay, I'm gonna roll down the window. My dirty windows. And just. Yeah, see what you're saying.
And one of the best.
How much do you think a villa like that would cost here at this area?
It's a good question. It all depends on the market. That's the Catholic church we're looking at now, just past, and about 75% of what it would cost in Reykjavik.
In Reykjavik, okay.
Yeah, 75%. This is the Akureyri Junior College.
Okay.
A very respected institution, can trace its history back to the 1100s. Well, with a little bit of bending, but still, that kind of works. Beautiful old house, Schweitzer style building. And next to it you can see the forested area here. This is the northernmost botanical garden in the whole wide world.
Did you hear that? The northernmost botanical garden in the whole wide world.
It's beautiful to walk through even in winter. It's just it's amazing what we can actually grow. We're 40 miles away from the Arctic Circle or so. We're 60 miles away from the Arctic Circle from our location. Yeah. And we have a botanical garden. There are about 5,000 varieties of plants and trees and so forth.
Okay, cool.
Stunning.
It is a beautiful botanical garden. I saw that when I visited last time. This is the hospital over here?
This is the hospital, and if you take a look at the top floor here in front of us, the very end, the two last windows here at the end, that's where I'm born.
Okay. So this is going to be famous also?
This is also going to have a plaque on it.
Yeah.
My youngest daughter is born there as well in the same delivery room.
Okay.
And the view from those windows across town is just amazing.
Yeah, I can believe that.
Yeah, I was trying to point it out to my wife, but she wasn't listening. She might not.
She might have been preoccupied.
Well, maybe. Yeah, she might be.
This is a very famous, one of the things that's a little bit sad now is that unfortunately the skiing area is closed because of COVID, but this is a very popular thing to go for Easter, to go for skiing here in the north, in Akureyri during Easter. The town fills up with people from the south.
Yeah.
And as you see, it's a beautiful, I'm gonna make it a little bit bigger if I can. Mountains there in the distance look fluffy and nice.
We should definitely head towards it. Now we had questions about newer architecture earlier, or newer houses.
Yes.
Newer areas. So we might drive past the newer areas in town. We're going to get close to that.
Okay.
Quite modern here on, as we see. But as we get closer to the very newest region here coming up in front of us, if anybody watching is an architect or knows an architect, if he knows to draw anything else than a straight line, please send him to us.
Yeah. Is that? Wait a moment. Sorry.
Yeah, please send your best architects.
Yeah.
You know, we.
So that's one of the things that the north doesn't have over the south.
No, they are all educated in Reykjavik, and that's why they're all the same.
Yeah. Of course.
There's always an explanation. Highly functional houses, very good places to live in, though they lack some of the aesthetic qualities of the older houses.
Yeah.
Very good areas.
So tell me, when people are wanting to visit the north, what should there's the famous diamond circle. It's like the better option of the against the golden circle, famous golden circle, of course.
Yeah.
So what's the diamond circle?
The diamond circle, it can be started in let's start it from Akureyri. If we start the diamond circle, as we call it, we start from Akureyri. We head up to the Goðafoss waterfall, which is an amazingly beautiful waterfall. It's not big, but the beautiful shape of it. It's absolutely stunning. And following the Goðafoss waterfall, we would make our way up to the Lake Mývatn area, which is this geological wonder. It's a catastrophic area of volcanic craters, massive volcanoes, lava fields, wondrous creations, steaming, boiling earth, you name it, you got it there. Okay. And from there we head over to the most powerful waterfall in Europe, and to get there we have to cross a bit of the highlands, the only part of the main highway system in Iceland that actually crosses the highlands. We go over to Dettifoss. It's what, 44 meters high, 100 meter wide, has an average flow throughout the year of about 120 cubic meters a second. Just imagine it in summer. And from there we visit the echoing cliffs, Hljóðaklettar, wondrous creations. We visit the shelter of the god, Ásbyrgi, horseshoe-shaped canyons believed to have been formed by one of the eight legs of the Odin, the Allfather. Sleipnir, yeah. And from there we go over to go around the Tjörnes Peninsula. We go over to the Húsavík area, but wonderful for whale watching as well. And along the way we have the Mývatn nature baths. Mm-hmm. It's like the Blue Lagoon, just 3 times better, remember?
Yes, yeah.
And in Húsavík we have the GOC spa as well. It's another spa experience built on top of the sea cliffs, overlooking the bay where the whales are.
Yeah, beautiful.
And then coming back to Akureyri. And
that doesn't sound bad, right?
No, it's beautiful. And here on the left, just to add on to that, this is the northernmost 18-hole golf course in the world.
Okay.
Very important to talk about the 18 holes. Yeah. And around the summer solstice, around June 20th or so, there's this golf tournament called the Arctic Open, and it's played throughout the night because the sun isn't going anywhere.
Of course. So that would be something. Play golf in the middle of the night, just
with sunglasses.
With sunglasses.
Yeah.
And Húsavík is of course very famous for its whale watching, and generally the Akureyri, the Eyjafjörður area. We have Akureyri, we have Hauganes, and Húsavík, and so several places to go and watch whales here.
One of the best things about watching whales from Akureyri or Hauganes is the fact that it's in a fjord. You don't have to face the open water waves.
Yeah.
And of course it's
a little bit calmer sea.
A little bit calmer seas, yeah.
Yeah.
But still a lot of whales. But Húsavík as well, a wonderful place to go and visit. Especially for the whale watching, of course. And of course, if you've seen the Will Ferrell movie Eurovision, you should definitely go to Húsavík.
Of course.
Yeah.
Now an Oscar-nominated song, Húsavík.
Yeah.
So and then we have the North Coast Road. What's that also all about?
Well, the Arctic Coastway. It's
Arctic Coastway. Okay.
Arctic Coastway is the name. You can see it on arcticcoastway.is,
Okay.
and it's a 900-kilometer long stretch of road that just chases all the peninsulas, all the whole northern coast, and it brings you to amazing places, and it brings you out of the main, shall we say, tourist areas.
Yeah.
It shows you a whole new side of Iceland. It's the coastal culture. We have, geological formations, wonderful little towns along the way. I highly recommend it.
What town do they visit? Do you remember?
It starts in Hvammstangi in the west of the north, and ends in Bakkafjörður in the east. So,
so it's
almost every town along the way.
Okay. Yeah, so it's basically you're just driving along the coastline of the north.
Yeah.
arcticcoastway.is. So
you're
check
just
that out.
tracing the entirety of it. It's an amazing experience. I did it this summer as well. I did a series of vlogs for the tourism agency here in the north. And
can you see them anywhere? Is it on their Facebook page or?
Actually, on North Iceland, on Instagram, they've got it with English subtitles now that you can go and look up.
So North Iceland, that's the handle on Instagram.
Yeah, North Iceland.
So you can check out some videos with Júlli telling you more about the Arctic Coastway. So beautiful fluffy snow over there.
Yeah.
There's a beautiful little forest here called Kjarnaskógur. My family were there just earlier and just enjoying a walk through the forest with small rivers or small creeks running through the wood, and just it's a beautiful area. And if you have a family, that would be like a very excellent stop to stop there on your way. Either way, if you're driving, just stop there for a couple of hours and enjoy it with your family.
That's also the beauty of Akureyri, in a sense, having a family here in the north. It's very easy. Akureyri is what we sometimes refer to it as a 7-minute town.
Yeah.
Everything takes 7 minutes.
Yes.
The one end of the town to another, it's 7 minutes. From the center of town up to the skiing area, it's 7 minutes. Everything takes 7 minutes.
Yeah.
It's wonderful, and we have the skiing, we have the hockey, we have the soccer or football, we have the handball, we have all the sports available, excellent conditions for kids, good schools, good outdoors areas. It's just a good place to be raised and bring up a family.
Yeah. I actually can agree with that. That it's one of the bonuses of living in a place like this is that it has every amenity or everything that you want when you're raising a family, and then everything is just a short, like a couple of minutes away. So it's
stone's throw away.
Yeah, stone throws away.
What do we have here?
What would be the cost of doing the Arctic Open as Wendy? You know?
The cost of doing the Arctic Open it's very low actually. It's It's about 20 or 30,000 kroners last time I checked.
Entrance fee.
Shall we say $200-300 to be on the safe side?
Okay. A couple of people maybe hiking or
or going on the snowmobiles or
yeah.
so forth. Now we're heading up to the ski area.
Okay.
And beautiful views overlooking everything here.
Looks good.
Looks amazing.
So guys, we're gonna visit more places soon. We're gonna go for a husky visit tomorrow at 3 p.m. GMT, and I'm still figuring out time when we're gonna visit the Christmas house. There's a famous Christmas house here in close to Akureyri. So Christmas all year round.
Look at the skiers here.
Yeah.
Well, snowboarders actually.
Snowboarder. And yeah, I'm gonna figure out a time to do that also. Maybe on Sunday. But yeah, we'll figure out. We have to check that out. What more to do in Akureyri? What would you recommend? Skiing, obviously, obvious choice. Check out the Christmas house. There's also a famous cow farm here, and a coffee house called Cafe Cow.
Yeah.
Cafe Cow.
Coffee Cow, yeah. And well, then of course the variety of restaurants that we have. We have
Very good swimming pool with nice
we went this
rides.
whole trip without mentioning the best swimming pool in the world.
Yeah, in the world, yes. Yes.
Well,
we did.
in Iceland at least. Okay. Well, it's like a water park. It's $8 for entrance. You can spend the whole day. Excellent slides, hot tubs. It's just it's a wonderful place.
Yeah.
Well, the adults tend to sit in the hot tubs while the kids play in the slides and so forth. Although it has to be said, I do a couple of safety laps in the.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I have to.
Just make sure it's safe for the kids.
Yes, exactly. But yeah, they have got wonderful rides actually. So recommend that also for you if you visit. So yeah, swimming. And then it's a short distance to go to the north. There's actually a new tunnel here through the mountain here across the bay, and so it's a little bit better to when you're visiting in the winter time.
Sorry about the shaking, guys.
No problem. The gimbal takes care of that, fortunately.
Yeah. I just wanted to get you the view of Akureyri from the ski area.
It's not bad.
Not bad at all. I just want to urge you to come and take a look at our side of the country. Iceland is just so much more than just the Golden Circle or the South Coast. We have a whole island out here just waiting for you. It's amazing, and every new turn you take through Iceland brings you a new adventure, a new view, new mountains, new adventures. It's stunning.
Can you tell me a little bit more about Hrísey, the island of here?
Hrísey, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's a small island out here on the fjord.
Yeah, we just don't see it here by the.
No, we have to go to the other side and to the top to see that. But there's a slight curve in the fjord. Well, it's the second largest island off the coast of Iceland. But it's only a 15-minute ferry ride, and it goes every 2 hours. And there are about 200 people living there, on and off. I did set a world record in optimism a few years ago. I moved out to that island. I opened up a grocery store and a restaurant. It was a wonderful experience. And on that island there are 43 species of birds nesting, and there are no cats allowed on the island. There are no dogs. If they come, they have to be on a leash. And because of there are no predators, there are no rats, there are no mice, there are no foxes, there are no minks. So the birds on the island, they tend to be more like domesticated animals than wild birds.
Okay.
And the redwings, people feed them raisins.
Okay.
On the porch. You can put raisins in your hands, and some of them are daring enough, and they will come pick the raisins from your hand. Mm-hmm. And the signature bird of the island is the ptarmigan. It's like a grouse in many ways. and they will walk around town late summer with their group of chicks, 13 chicks even. Just walk around town, and as you're walking through, you just stop, let them pass, and then you continue. It is amazing. There are very few cars. Main mode of transportation is a tractor, a modified tractor with a platform in the back to stand on for your passengers.
Okay, cool.
It's absolutely, it's a whole different world. You skip, you leave the real world behind you, and you go and relax.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it. Just let go of the real world.
So it's called Hrísey.
Hrísey.
Hrísey. So maybe an option for you. Yeah. And then also we have, of course, Grímsey to the even further, where you can basically cross the Arctic Circle. Mm-hmm. But that's like a 3-hour boat ride and an hour or 45 minutes flight or?
No, it's only about 25 minutes flight.
Okay.
Yeah, 25 minutes from Akureyri to Grímsey. But if you take the ferry, it offers you a wonderful chance to see the mountains as you go out, the fjord, and amazing views that you have on the way. And when you get to Grímsey, that's where you totally forget there's such a thing as time, basically. Mm-hmm. And the first thing you dock the ferry, you go out of it, and you start walking around town. And the first thing you see in the summertime, there are puffins basically on the street next to the houses nesting.
Okay. Which
is quite amazing. And then you just walk around a little bit and you cross the Arctic Circle.
Yeah.
Well, that's a thing. I spent a few days there this summer as well.
Okay, I've never been there, to be honest. It's on my to-do list, but yeah, for some reason I haven't yet gone there. I've played anywhere in Iceland except Grímsey.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place. Most definitely is. A very special place as well.
So Júlli, this is the ski lodge here.
Yep.
For the.
And this building actually used to be a hospital down in Akureyri. It was moved up here. That's why we say it's haunted.
Okay.
There's a lady walking the upper floors, walking back and forth, and annoying those that work there, basically. Mm-hmm. Not mean in any way. She just likes to be heard.
Okay.
That's the beauty of it. Well, kind of figures in a hospital. It should be somebody walking around.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Somebody making the rounds.
Somebody making the rounds, yeah. And just, for our viewers, we are on exactly the opposite side of the fjord we started out earlier.
Mm-hmm. So, very beautiful skiing area, as you see.
Yeah.
There are some people struggling walking with their kids up the slopes over there.
Now, in a regular year, this would be absolutely packed with people.
Yeah.
Absolutely. What strange time we're living in, Valur.
Yes, and for us as guides, this is very, very strange time.
Incredibly strange. Maybe that's why we're always posting live videos and taking pictures on Instagram, trying to connect with more people. We desperately miss you guys.
Yes. And definitely you should check out Júlli. I posted it in the event, but I'll post it on the comments also. His handles for Instagram and Facebook, and follow him for more adventures from the north and from Iceland. And as I said earlier, we're gonna do the Christmas house in the next couple of days. Check out the visit Christmas during Easter. We're gonna check out a husky family, 14 dogs I believe, tomorrow at 3 p.m. And then we're gonna have a little chat about Easter in Iceland, open up some chocolate eggs and have a discussion about that on Sunday, I believe it's now. So yes, do you have anything to add, Júlli? It's been excellent to have you.
Thank you for contacting me. It's been fun.
Yeah.
Just thank you for getting me the opportunity to practice my English again, to talk to people. Just take a look if you haven't been to Iceland yet, it's just it's one of those things you won't regret. And just remember, you can create your own experience of Iceland. You don't have to follow the crowd. You can go, you can do whatever your heart, whatever your heart needs, so to say. Just come visit us.
Famous last words. So I'm gonna switch the camera here. Oh, takk fyrir okkur. It's been fun driving around here, Akureyri, get a little bit of a more sense of the north. As I said, we're gonna do a couple of live streams more. I'm trying to do as much as possible before me and my family move to England. But yeah, so sjáum seinna. Bless, bless.